When police pulled Larry McNabney's dead body out of its shallow grave in California's wine country on February 5, 2002, they worried they might also find the body of Elisa, his wife. He hadn't been seen since falling ill at a horse show the previous September, and she had been missing since early January. However, once authorities learned she had sold off all his assets and was last seen fleeing town in a brand new luxury automobile, Elisa became the prime suspect in her husband's murder. The only problem with catching her? Elisa McNabney didn't exist. The name was an alias used by a con artist with a rap sheet 113 pages long. Before she was the spouse of a successful personal injury attorney and the object of a nationwide manhunt, she was Laren Sims, born in Brooksville, Florida, in 1967, the second of 4 children in a well-to-do family. Despite possessing a high IQ of 140 and being at the top of her class academically, she dropped out of high school before graduation. She became Laren Jordan after marrying at the age of 18, and within a couple years she had 2 children by 2 different men. Laren's life seemed to change, and she began to make some wrong choices. Laren began stealing and scamming people soon after divorcing her first husband. She used her womanly ways to acquire credit cards, checkbooks, and in some cases would marry the male that she was seeing to use those cards. She used at least 38 aliases over the years, including Melissa Godwin, Tammy Keelan, and Elizabeth Barish. "I could go on for literally hours telling the other names that she's used," said Spencer. She had already been married 3 times and done several stints in jail by the time she cut off an ankle monitor and fled to Las Vegas, Nevada, in the early 90s. Larry McNabney was well known in Las Vegas. Maybe it was the high-profile cases he took on, or maybe it was the television commercials for his law practice, where he rode a horse and wore a cowboy hat, leading some to call him the Marlboro Man, after the rugged male model of a million cigarette ads. He was also not without his own demons. McNabney had been married 4 times, and according to the St. Petersburg Times, 2 of his exes had filed restraining orders against him. In 1995, Laren, now going by the name Elisa Riedelsberger, walked into Larry McNabney's Las Vegas law office and demanded a job. Whether it was her gumption or her good looks, he hired her on the spot as an office manager. McNabney's daughter Tavia Williams told Snapped her father raved about his new hire, saying, "Tavia, you will be so impressed with her. She's brilliant, she's so bright and handles things. It's a load off my back." The 46-year-old McNabney was smitten with the pretty 29-year-old, and they soon began dating. He introduced her to fine wines, and she introduced him to quarter horse shows, eventually convincing him to buy a stable of horses, which he began riding in competition. McNabney's family and friends, however, didn't take to his new girlfriend. "My relationship greatly changed with my dad," said Tavia Williams. "She put a wedge between us. I wasn't allowed to call him, wasn't allowed to see him." Friends also said Elisa offered sketchy details of her past. "You would ask her where she went to high school, and pretty soon you'd be talking about skiing," Reno lawyer Tom Mitchell told the St. Petersburg Times. Something wasn't right. Something definitely wasn't right in December 1995 when an audit of McNabney's books revealed tens of thousands of dollars had disappeared from a trust account he had set up for one of his clients. As a result, the Nevada Bar Association revoked Larry's license, meaning he could no longer practice law in the state, and he had to pay the money back out of his own pocket. In fact, it had been Elisa who had stolen the money, but Larry McNabney didn't seem to care. Shortly after the incident, the couple married and moved to Sacramento, California. Under the sunny skies of Northern California, Larry and Elisa indulged themselves in wine, horse shows, and shopping. McNabney opened a new law practice and was soon so busy he hired a part-time legal secretary. Her name was Sarah Dutra. She was 21 years old and studied art at California State University.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.